Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the PopSockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to Hoop Headlines, where we dive into the latest news and storylines from around the NBA. I'm your host today, and we're going to tackle a tough one. Damian Lillard's injury is the latest knife twist in what has been a cruel ending to his prime. Now, for years, Damian Lillard was the face of loyalty in the NBA. He spent most of his prime watching as his contemporaries linked up on their team of choice and competed for championships. It's no secret that Kevin Durant even took a jab at his teammate C.J. McCollum, thinking the Blazers could contend for one. But Lillard held strong, giving the Blazers every opportunity to do right by him so he could compete for a title the old-fashioned way. When it came time for player empowerment, Lillard decided to dip his toes in and play for the Miami Heat, only the Miami Heat. He likely assumed he'd get his way like many of his fellow superstars had done before him, but we all know how that turned out. The Blazers refused to accept Miami's offer, so Lillard got sent to Milwaukee. Now, at first glance, it seemed like a setback, but not necessarily an overwhelming one. He'd never had a teammate quite like Giannis-antetokounmpo, and he could still contend in Milwaukee, or so we thought. It turns out that the coach who Antetokounmpo pushed for before Lillard's arrival wasn't ready for the job. Adrian Griffin got fired after 44 games. Lillard's former coach in Portland, Terry Stotts, left the Bucks before the 2023-24 season began after a practice dispute with Griffin. Khris Middleton couldn't stay healthy, and Brook-Lopez started to age quickly. The contender Lillard thought he was joining wound up losing in the first round to the Indiana Pacers. Facing the Pacers again this year, they were on their way to doing so again. Lillard would have been entirely justified in skipping the series for medical purposes. Less than 6 weeks ago, he was sidelined due to a deep vein thrombosis in his right calf, a health situation that transcends basketball. The recovery process can take anywhere from 6 months to a year. But Lillard wanted to give his team a fighting chance. He made a historic recovery and returned for Game 2 against the Pacers. Now, here's where it gets tough. If he misses the next year, he'll be back in time for opening night as a 36-year-old in 2026. The question is, will he still be the same player? It's unlikely. Lillard's former teammate Wes Matthews Jr. might be an exception to this rule, but we all know that's just that, an outlier. Klay Thompson took a year off after his injury, and that's more the norm. Now, if Antetokounmpo has made it clear he wants to compete for championships again, it's not clear if he'll be willing to wait a year for Lillard. It's possible we've seen the last of the superstar version of Damian Lillard we've spent years watching. He'll probably be a different player when he comes back, different means worse. But it doesn't have to mean bad. Lillard is thankfully so good that he'd need to decline pretty precipitously before he'd cease offering value to a team. Shooting ages well, at least, and Lillard does it better than anyone. Chris Paul barely moves and just played all 82 games as a 39-year-old. It's possible Lillard has more great basketball left in him. We can only hope that's the case.